and welcome guys. A very good afternoon to all listening to me right now. रेडियो जिंदगी 1550 AM पर आप पहुंचे हैं आप. फ्राइडे का है दिन. I know all the hustle bustle is over now. Now you must be getting ready for a relaxing weekend. And this is the time जहां आपके मन में अगर कोई सवाल है जो आपको परेशान कर रहा है तो आप उसका जवाब पा सकते हैं. और कैसे पा सकते हैं? ऑफ कोर्स वन स्टेप इज डन. आप रेडियो जिंदगी पर पहुंच गए हैं जहां फ्राइडे ठीक 3:30 बजे शुरू होता है दिल की बात उषा जी के साथ. यहाँ पर उषा जी हमारे साथ जुड़ती हैं जो कि एक हीलर हैं. शी इज अ स्पिरिचुअल एडवाइजर, शी इज अ साइकिक एंड शी ऑल्सो पोजेसेस क्लेयरवॉयंट पावर्स. जो भी आपके मन में परेशान कर रहा है आपको प्रश्न जरूर कॉल कीजिए. स्टूडियो लाइन पे शो के दौरान आप पूछ सकते हैं 510-770-1550 पर कॉल करके. और यू कैन ऑलवेज रीच हर डायरेक्टली आफ्टर द शो at 925-827-2033. ushaji.org and ushaji.com दोनों वेबसाइट हैं जहां आपको उनके बारे में सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगी. एंड इट इज स्पेल्ड एज USHAJI.org and ushaji.com. With that, let's begin. Hello and welcome, Usha ji. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm going to turn up the volume more. Okay, I'm on max. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, loud and clear.
Wonderful. Now I can hear you loud and clear. So welcome dear listeners. You've been joining us on Fridays and giving me the opportunity to help you. And you can call the studio number. Because I'm answering another call right now, but you can definitely call the studio line if you have a question and you're seeking some advice, some tips, some insight or a prediction. And I'm a natural born psychic. I'm a clairvoyant, which means I get visions. And I'm a natural medium. So I used to call myself a spontaneous medium because suddenly out of the blue, I would meet people that had passed away and they would connect with me. But over the years, I've learned to master the technique of only connecting when someone wants to be connected. So I am a medium and a clairvoyant. And those of you following me here on this show, and I've been on Radio Zindagi for years and years. I don't know kitne saal ho gaye Vedika, bahut sare. I think once it first started, I think I've been there, right? I think so. I'm not sure, but it's definitely been more than 10 years. And it's like I said, thank you for following the show and joining us today. And my pleasure to help you with answers. So, do we have a caller?
Yes, we have a caller waiting.
Okay, Jay, let's answer it.
Hello, you're on air with Usha ji.
Hello, Usha ji. My name is Renu, and my question is about my job. Okay, Renu, beta, how old are you? 49. 49, and what is your question about your job? So, just finished taking an interview. I'm taking one more coming week. Do you think any of these will materialize? I have a feeling that's just checking. Okay, so you're currently working? No, I'm in between. I'm looking for like that. Okay, and when did you finish your last job, beta? I was paid until last week. Last week? Okay, so paid until, but so there was a layoff or? Yes, it was a layoff in April. Okay, in April. All right, so it's not been that long. Okay, beta, let's see. And what was your last title? I was a recruiter. Recruiter? All right, so let's see if the current interviews will result in you signing up for the next job. And the summer is good for you. And I would definitely recommend, even as you're waiting to get the full-time job, to also kind of freelance yourself out, because I feel you're good at what you do and you really don't even need a company's backing. You could really branch out on your own, Renu. It shows summer is going to be a good time for you to get another position. August, September, August, I see a paycheck. So good luck, beta. Thank you for listening and calling.
To all the listeners tuned in, आप भी कॉल कर सकते हैं अपने सवालों के साथ 510-770-1550. And we are also live on Facebook. If you want to post questions there, you're more than welcome. So both the ways till 4 o'clock, and after that 925-827-2033 is the number where you can reach out to Usha ji. Ji Usha ji.
Hanji. So summer is here, full blown, right? And kids are getting different kind of camps and time spent in learning some new skills, indulging in hobbies. But what about you, my dear adults? Are you guys indulging in some hobbies, making sure that you're learning something new, because time goes by, and I used to be always into so many different kinds of hobbies, and sometimes I didn't get the time to complete one, and I'd buy all the supplies and then never have the time to apply myself. And so recently I've been cleaning out this closet which had all my hobby supplies, pins and brushes and crochet needles and knitting needles, and I finally decided, you know what, I'm never going to learn how to crochet, and I'm never going to learn how to finish a knitting pattern. And I started those when I was, a young mom, and I had all these big visions of doing all these wonderful handmade stuff for my kids. But guess what? You know what? You can buy stuff, And so I am giving up. So sometimes it's really good to go through the things that inspired you, and you really thought one day you could get down to it, and kind of make a shorter list. So I am making a shorter list now, and I'm like, what is really important are the books that have been sitting on my computer for more than 20 years, a couple of novels, one of my life histories, and I said, those are the most important things, and I think forget everything else. If I leave a legacy, then I'm going to do that. So hopefully now in this year, well, guess what? Maybe 6 months guzar gaye. And there's only less than 5.5 months left for the year to end, right?
Definitely.
Hello? And so years go by, and just like whenever I'm talking about setting your goals, making many goals, trying to accomplish whatever you set out in the beginning of the year. January 1st, everyone is thinking, new year, new me, new habits, new business, new job, new degree. And then how many of you have approached it? And how many of you are halfway there? Because if you started in January with something, have you completed it? Are you in the middle of it? Call me here. Let's chat. Let's talk about it. Personally, I'm sharing. I went through my closet, and I went through those boxes, plastic totes, and I'm like reducing the number of things that I want to accomplish, because I don't know how long I have, and I really don't want to waste my time on learning things that I never really enjoyed, but I thought it would be good to do them, right? So forget the good to do them. It's about what you really enjoy, and whatever you really enjoy, then indulge in that. And I love playing games, so I've set up evenings that we play games and Rummy Cube or Scrabble or something. So at least you're also developing your mind, and it's so important. Many of you after your 30s tell me, Ushaji, kuch yaad nahi rehta. And I'm like, how old are you? And they go 36, and I'm like, you cannot tell me at the age of 36 that, yaad nahi rehta, kuch yaad nahi rehta. No. For me, in this age group, I don't want to say, because of my age group, kuch yaad nahi rehta, And I agree, we do lose a part of our remembering sense, but it's so important. So if you have parents, you have someone who's older, you make sure that they are constantly seeking out information, learning something new, doing something with numbers, crossword puzzles, play a game with them, have a family night. Don't just stay on the sofa watching TV. I have a list of shows that I would love to get to, but not my priority. You know why? Because the brain will always get addicted to getting entertained. Remember that. But what are you learning? Learn a few facts every single day, something new, something you a friend could mention something and you go, oh my God, I didn't know that till today. So TIL, today I learned, right? So
right.
Do yourselves, my dear listeners, don't let summer just go by. Grab the days, grab the hours, get something done, or reduce all the wonderful things you wanted to do, just like I did. From 20, I've come down to 5. I'm like, if I get these 5 done, yippee-doo-dah,
So true, Ushaji, and a very important reminder to all of us that time is flowing, time is flying, and we have to do what we were always planning to get into or start something. So listeners, if you were planning to call, time is running and we are halfway through our show. Do give us a call, 510-770-1550. आप उषा जी से अभी live बात कर सकते हैं. You can ask any question you have in your mind. be it money matters, be it wedding matches, education, job advancement, personal spiritual growth, business ventures, career direction, या आप रियल एस्टेट ट्रांजेक्शन्स के बारे में पूछना चाहते हैं, फाइनेंशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, जो भी क्वेश्चन है आपका अपने लिए, अपने लव्ड वंस के लिए, उषा जी इज राइट हियर इन द बे एरिया, फिलहाल तो राइट हियर इन द स्टूडियो विद ऑल द आंसर्स. तो फटाफट कॉल कीजिए 510-770-1550 पे एंड शो के बाद उषा जी से डायरेक्ट कॉल करके कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं 925-827-2033 पे. एंड उषा जी की वेबसाइट इज वेरी क्लियर, इट्स द सेम सिंस years. You'll get all the directions, all the information there, which is ushaji.com and ushaji.org. Email करना चाहते हैं with any particular question, usha@ushaji.org पे email कर सकते हैं. And you can look for her on Facebook with the name Usha Ji, and you'll find her account where she posts regularly. So Usha Ji, till callers approach us and calls come, मैं जैसे summer vacation आ रही है ना, I'm meeting two kinds of parents. पहले तो जो बहुत ओवरवेल्म्ड है कि ओ नो छुट्टियां आ गई है, व्हाट शुड वी डू विद ऑल द टाइम किड्स हैव इन देयर हैंड्स. एंड दूसरे पेरेंट्स है हु आर लाइक थैंक गॉड अब पिकअप ड्रॉप ऑफ नहीं है, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज कॉमन, बच्चों के साथ क्या करें घर में. सो ऑल द पेरेंट्स लिसनिंग टू अस, आई एम सर्टेन कि किसी ना किसी कैटेगरी में वो फॉल करते हैं. सो व्हाट इज योर गाइडेंस फॉर दोज पेरेंट्स हु आर जस्ट ब्रेसिंग समर वेकेशन?
Right, and nothing has changed. It was the same thing when my kids were going to school. I would meet exactly the same, three kinds of parents. One, okay. Oh, my kids are so busy, they're going to be doing this, and that, right? Lined up.
All set. Yeah.
Week after week, and I'd be like, but where's the vacation part? And they go, this is your vacation. We're not going to school. But I said from 8 in the morning till 6 in the evening, they are stuck in some learning environment, right? Mm-hmm. So where's the holiday? And then the other two would be exactly this. Okay, thank God. No more carpooling, pick and drop. But then, oh my God, what are we doing with our kids?
Right.
Reading. Number one is reading. I remember my summers. I used to love my summers. I'd wake up and I'd take a novel and be reading it, and then finish that one, get the next one. And my parents always encouraged us to read and to play board games, right? So, and we would play board games. And that was so much fun because the whole family engaged. And now, for many of your working parents, that's not a luxury that you have, that you can be spending that kind of time with your parents. You definitely need an adult to be there. And I think the legal age is what, 12 in the state of California?
Yes.
That you leave the kids alone at home.
Mm-hmm.
But to go through a few things with the children, and even if you did that last summer, even if they're 16 or 17 or 18, it helps to go over that. In case of an emergency, do you know who to contact, where to go, which neighbor is your safe neighbor, or who to call, right? If you can get a hold of your parents. And it's not likely that the parents work like next door, right? So parents are definitely going to be 10, 15 an hour away. Right. So make sure, number one, you go through that exercise and remind them once a week, बच्चे याद में रखेंगे. Keep a list of emergency phone numbers and contacts on the fridge. Most of the 10-year-old plus have a cell phone. You make sure that they have the emergency list in there. Make sure that they always charge their phone, right? Because बच्चे भूल जाते हैं. Even as adults, I forget. I wake up and my battery is dead. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to put in the charger. Right? So things happen. Second thing is, of course, providing them with healthy snacks. And my clients who are parents, हम क्या करें, वो यही खाते हैं. I said, आपके किचन में लाया था, right? And then they go, yeah, but उनके लिए उनका favorite है. No, it's not about just favoring. Junk will always, because naturally those companies are going to make it tasty and tastier and tastier as well. But you need to make sure that you're leaving, and it's summer, melons, mangoes, all kinds of fruit is all available. Do not leave it home. कोई नहीं खाएगा. I'm telling you, कोई नहीं खाएगा. आपके पति भी नहीं खाएंगे. I'm guaranteeing it, right? Right. If it's all chopped up, ready to go, that they open the fridge and they look for a snack, and there it is, one single serving. Not a whole bowl. I guarantee you, my dear parents, if you leave a big Tupperware container or a Pyrex container, वो प्याला निकाल के कुछ सर्विंग नहीं लेंगे.
That's not appealing.
You've got boys, Vedika, you know it.
Yes.
So you make single servings, invest your $20, get a 6-pack of single containers, fireworks, then they will pick it up. And even if you put the name on it, that's even better because they'll look at it and they'll say, kuch nahi hai khane ko, and there's pantry, right?
Right.
Keep your healthy snacks in the fridge, fruits, veggies, and don't say, हाँ सब कुछ था लेकिन कोई खाता ही नहीं है. And then when I visualize, I said, आपने आम को छीला ही नहीं, pieces में काटा ही नहीं. हाँ वो फ्रूट ले आते हैं, खराब हो जाता है. आपने चॉप करके रखा,
True.
Show that you're providing snacks and involve the kids. When you're prepping, I don't know why my desi parents are like, नहीं बच्चों से घर का काम नहीं कराना है. You have them help you in the kitchen because that will engage them, that will entice them and interest them in prepping their snacks together. Don't just leave your box of mac and cheese they can throw in the microwave. कभी-कभार के लिए it's fine, but you've got to keep it healthy. I know that many of you cook your parathas and rotis and all and you think, घर का है तो healthy है. No, you just make sure the kids are getting the veggies, the nutrition, the fruits, the berries, and then everything else is a side food. Remember that. It's not कि सब्जी खाते हैं हम लोग, रोटी खाते हैं, चावल खाते हैं, they're very healthy. Absolutely not,
That's
So make these, leave them and single serving. I guarantee you keep them in single servings, your children will eat it and they will be living, a healthier lifestyle. But kya kiya jaye? There's so many different activities. And if you leave the kids alone, of course they'll be on the screen, whether it's home screen or video screen. My daughters were gamers and I had to always control how much time they could play. And they'd be like, Mom, we can't pause it. If you pause it, we lose our score. And they calmed me for a while until I learned how to play Mario. And then I saw, you can pause it.
Yes.
The score goes nowhere. And the score is saved.
Kids are smart.
Yeah, right. So if your kids are telling you they can't pass the game, they're going to lose their score, you look into it. You learn to play it so you can have a match with them. It's so much fun to have fun with them. It's not the parents' job is only to administer discipline, responsibility, ye karna, wo karna. Make some of fun and don't look just for academic camps. Look for the fun stuff. Look for horse riding. Look for taking care of animals. If they've never done it, it will create an interest for them. Garden. Go in the garden and plant a few seeds. If you don't have a yard, flower pots. Plant some tomatoes. Have them relish and understand the fact how food is grown. And each one of us can grow something. If nothing, grow your dhania pudina. It's so easy to do it.
Right.
Keep your kids busy with lots of activities, but make sure they're getting outdoor time. A ball is the best investment ever. You can kick it, you can throw it through a hoop, you can pass with it, you can do so many things. And people forget, simple toys like that are timeless, are absolutely timeless, right? A soccer ball, a basketball, doesn't matter. They will get outside and cycle and do all that. And, just make sure that you've got someone watching them so that they can be under the care of a person. And it's become expensive. My kids used to babysit and get $2 an hour and they were like, oh my God, you can do that.
That is a big gain, of course.
Exactly. And that was not too long ago, just 15 years ago. And now babysitters have gone up in price, But see what you can do to arrange all that, and the summer will go by so quickly.
In such brief time, Ushaji, you have actually planned the entire summer for everyone who's listening and gave us some incredible ideas how we can engage them, involve them, and that too productively. So I relish this show too much, and I always look forward to some wonderful ideas from you. And listeners, यहीं पर हैं उषा जी, अगर आप कांटेक्ट करना चाहते हैं, बात करना चाहते हैं, we are privileged. She is in Bay Area. So do connect with her for any kind of questions you have, any bad times you're going through. You don't have to suffer alone. You can always talk to her, reach out to her, 925-827-2033. कोई भी स्ट्रेस हो, कोई परेशानी हो, आप कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. अगेन द नंबर इज 925-827-2033 और या फिर वेबसाइट के थ्रू आप नंबर ले सकते हैं, कॉन्टैक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन, ऑफिस लोकेशन, एवरीथिंग. The website is .org, ushaji.org and ushaji.com. So Ushaji, we are just left with last 3 minutes. Time just actually flies. I don't even realize in all the fun talk.
It does fly. You know, and if you're wondering what books for the kids to read, every school teacher is so happy if you ask them, can you give me a reading list for summer? Right?
Yeah.
And if you go to the school's websites, they usually have a reading list for summer. If nothing else, the local library card, kids can take up to $20 books each, you know. So, and the librarian, according to their age group, will be a big resource of information. The more they read, and don't think, "Bhai, wo kya kahaniyan padh ke kya karenge?" The mind is a magical thing to develop. It is amazing. And you learn about different adventures and lives and everything through reading. Reading transforms your space. So go to the library, just have them, give your kid, you know, an area, and they're all broken down by age groups, right? And so let them pick those and read them. And you make sure that they're reading and develop a love of reading in children. I know that many kids don't like to read, but once they really enjoy the story, the book, the love will develop. That means so far they haven't met a book that they liked yet. And it's okay. There's millions of books out there. So many choices, right? Mm-hmm. So I wish you parents a wonderful summer. And I was looking outside. Suddenly it got dark in my office because it was cloudy. It became cloudy, and I'm like, cloudy in the middle of June? But, you know, enjoy the wonderful summer days. They're short. They're very long days, which is amazing. And have a fun summer. We'll be back next Friday. Thank you, Vedika, for being here with me. And, of course, like you said, my website is ushaji.org, ushaji.com. So give me a call. I'm here to help you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ushaji. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for all the knowledge you impart every single week. And listeners, let me remind you again, every Friday live सुनते हैं आप उषा जी को रेडियो जिंदगी पर 3:30 से 4 के बीच. So don't forget to tune in next time. And अगर questions आज के रह गए हैं तो you can always call her after the show, or you can reach out to her next week as well. Thank you so much for all who tuned in and were listening to दिल की बात उषा जी के साथ.